Hey guys, this is going to be my review of the Strider SnG. A while back I did a preliminary review of the same knife, so if you haven't seen that, I suggest you watch it. I talk a lot about the knife as far as specs, and my first impressions are in that video. But I'm doing this video now to give my impressions of it after giving it some time, carrying it, using it, and the main reason behind that is because Strider does have a bad reputation, sort of, with developing issues over time, and namely lockup issues. People, I mean, you can tell when you first get the knife, but people complain about the fit and finish sometimes, which I have had no issues with this. I mean, from what I can tell, and I mean, I'm sure you can tell too in the video, this knife does not have any fit and finish issues as far as I can tell. So if you see any, let me know, because this looks just fine to me. I mean, the backspacer, the G10 is flush there. The jimping, that looks perfectly aligned to me going around. I mean, all the screws are properly fitted. You know, everything looks right to me. The blade is dead center. I know a lot of Striders are not. I've seen that personally in my own experience. Lockup also, after carrying it, has settled in a little bit more, but not much. It's still relatively early. I did have a slight issue with it sticking when I first got it, but thanks to X-Acto, he gave me a good tip on fixing that, and it was as simple as kind of coloring the tang of the blade. I don't know, you can kind of see it in there, with some graphite, just a pencil, and putting some on there, and that helps significantly with reducing the lock bar sticking. It still happens occasionally, but it's in very minute amounts. I mean, it doesn't stop you from disengaging the lock bar at all. One of the things I have noticed about the knife in using it is the jimping on the lock bar. I feel could be a little bit more aggressive. It looks pretty good in the video, but I find that when you're going to disengage it, you can kind of slip off like that sometimes, and you know, it's not going to be detrimental or anything. I mean, nothing bad is going to happen from sliding off of that, but it just gets kind of annoying in using the knife. But I mean, it's a minor gripe, I have to be honest. Mine has not developed any play at all. It's still rock solid. That was the lock I just hit, not the blade moving, but rock solid in every direction. No play whatsoever. Like I said, the blade still sits dead center, and I have not lubed or cleaned or disassembled this in any way since getting it. It's gone out of the bag into my pocket, and what I was most surprised about is how well it wears. I was expecting this finish to get really messed up. Has some light wear spots, you know, where you can kind of see some lines and stuff, but no real scratches or anything. I'll be honest, I haven't been carrying it much since I got my XM18, but it's still seen some use. But yeah, it doesn't show it very much. I've got some marks on the clip. Let me see if I can get this in focus here. Kind of. Not really. You can see down here. I've been using a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser to clean the titanium, and it's been working really well. I also mentioned that in the preliminary review, and I linked Jay Davis's video on that. Really neat trick, and it works well. But like I said, guys, I mean, so far this knife has been excellent. This is just sort of a follow-up review. Most of the specs and details are in that other video, so like I said, check that out. But honestly, I think this knife gets a lot more flack than it deserves. It's an excellent knife. Feels great in the hand. I love the ergonomics. Despite it looking like it might have a hot spot, you know, back here, it does feel great in the hand. And it does have a very unique look. I mean, there's not really many knives that look like a Strider. But if you guys are considering a Strider, I suggest you pick one up. And if you don't like it, you can always return it or sell it off on the forums. but it's definitely worth trying out if you're interested. It's been an excellent knife for me so far. If I do encounter any issues, I'll most definitely make a video about it, but so far it's been fine, and in fact it's just gotten smoother. That's really the only progression, but excellent knife so far. So that is the Strider SnG, and as always, thanks for watching, guys.